Hi everyone, Diane Canfield here. For those that may not know about me, I am a psychic, multidimensional, clairvoyant, Ascension teacher, and energy expert. And what that means is that I'm tuned into many different dimensions and realities at the same time. And I really focus a lot on energy. So I have been focusing on energy extremely since around 2000, although I was connected and tuned in before this ever since childhood. But energy is my main focus, and it should be actually everyone's main focus. Because with the Ascension process happening now, the only thing that is really extremely important in the spiritual community is the energy. And everyone needs to pay attention to how they're feeling so that everyone could get on the same vibration and the same wavelength. And so this is why I write articles, and this is why I do videos, is to get everybody on the same higher vibration so that everyone can move up in the ascension process together. But I will get more into this later on how this works on moving up and groups of people and what happens within the collective and things like that. But right now, I just wanted to talk mostly about the current energies. I did a video a few days ago about the extreme tiredness and the headaches and the energy that was coming in, and we are still feeling that now. So I had a little bit of energy today, but for the past, I'd say at least week, this has been going on. And we did have geomagnetic storms and high solar wind during the time that I was reporting. But right now, the solar wind is high again, and we have just light geomagnetic storms. But this doesn't really explain the energies and how they've been going on for so long now. This isn't the explanation for that. So these energies are coming from an outside source. They come from the galactics. They come from the Creator. They come from the central sun. And they're here to uplift us. And many times we have to go through these periods of purging and, getting through these periods. And this is completely normal. We just have to do what we can and get through it. So this is why I'm reporting on this. Now today, like I said, we do have high solar wind, and we just have had mild geomagnetic storms, but nothing extreme yet. But today, my own symptoms are extreme blurry eyes. And my eyes are just so extremely blurry today. I can barely see anything. And of course, this has happened many times, many times in the past, where they get extremely sensitive. So my eyes are extremely sensitive to light, extremely blurry, and hard to read, really hard to read anything on the computer or on my phone or anything else. Very, very difficult. So, also, I experienced some extreme hunger this morning, and for the rest of you, you may experience this at a later time. It may kick in 2 or 3 days from now, because I'm usually the first to experience all these things. And I do talk about many things that I experienced with my near Ascension experience, which happened in 2013. And many things happened at that time, which I then completely talked about later, whenever that they would occur. So one of the things that did occur during the near ascension experience back in 2013 was the blurry eyes, was extreme hunger, was intense thirst, and many other things, which I've talked about in the past, but I will talk about that again in the future so everybody knows. And then all of these symptoms kind of became, well known because of this happening. So these are not anything to worry about. These are things that happen in the ascension process. And, in my experience, I had almost ascended and then it stopped abruptly. So, in other words, my physical body had almost ascended. Many of us have ascended to higher dimensions, and our consciousness is already at a higher dimension. We're operating at a higher dimension, but our body is still somewhat here in the 3D land. So I wouldn't focus too much on other things except for energy and how you're feeling. And if you make this your main focus all the time, then this is how you start to raise your frequency, by paying attention to how you're feeling. Because feelings are the, GPS for the ascension process. That's what they are. So now in the 3D world, feelings are not important. And this is the society we live in. Many people brush other people's feelings aside and brush their own feelings aside. But in the 5D world and above, and in the ascension process, your feelings are everything. And other people's feelings should be everything also. So this is a step to take, is to pay more attention not only to your feelings, but also the feelings of others. Now, many people are disconnected from their feelings, so it helps to point it out and ask them how they're feeling. Because if you keep asking them how they're feeling, they can then become more aware of how they're feeling. And this helps them. Many people are completely disconnected from their feelings because this is not their fault. This is just how 3D society is. In other words, they're just functioning on autopilot and just going through the motions, and they don't know. A lot of times, even if you ask them how they're feeling, especially in the beginning, they won't know. They'll say, I don't know how I'm feeling. Whereas a person who's working on their ascension and working to vibrate at a higher frequency should know how they're feeling, and they should know how certain things make them feel. So that's a little tip that I included in there for everyone. So you can follow me on my Facebook page. You can follow me on my newsletter, which you will find on my website, which is dianecanfield.com. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, because I'm going to be doing many more videos in the future about many important topics, all revolving around Ascension, because Ascension is like branches out into basically everything that's going on. So love and blessings to you, and we'll talk later.